Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel. Before we start, do subscribe to my channel. And if you need any help with any particular paper, do mention in the comment section. I'll try to help you out. So today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, October-November 2020, variant 4-2, question number 8 onwards. So you need to know all the circle theorems. I hope you're aware of it. I have put up a video with all the rules and all. Kindly watch it. Now each angle that you find is for 1 mark, total 5 marks. Let's start. The first one that I can see that we have been given angle ECB is 80. What is the opposite angle here? Y. So we can find Y first. You need to know that opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral equals to 180. What is a cyclic quadrilateral? A quadrilateral that touches the 4 corners of the circle. Sometimes you may not be able to see it very clearly. I'll draw this and I'll show it to you. As you can see, this is a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is a shape which has 4 sides and all the points are touching the circumference. Therefore, the angle opposite C, which is Y, is equal to 180 minus 80. The opposite angles are equal to 180. So 180 minus 80 will give us 100. That's the first one we found. The other very important circle theorem is angles in the same segment from a common chord are equal. So if you have a chord and you have angles coming out from that chord and they are touching the circumference, they are going to be equal. What other angle has been given to us? 40. So there must be some reason they have given us 40. We will see how to use that. 40 is here. It starts from E and it touches B. Now from the same points, do we have any angles? Yes, we do. D. So this is the same that angles in the same segment from a common chord are equal. So if this is 40, this is also going to be 40. So X is 40. The next circle theorem we are going to use is the alternate segment theorem. Now, if you have a triangle that all the 3 points are touching the circumference, then there's a tangent out. Tangent is a line that touches the circumference at the circle at one place. So the angle between one of the side of the triangle and the tangent is equal to the opposite angle. Same way we can say this angle is equal to this angle. So we can say V is equal to X by alternate segment theorem, and V is 40. Now remaining is W and Z. The other piece of information given to us was AC is equal to EB. So AC is equal to EB. If two lines are equal, that's an isosceles triangle. So if one angle is 80, the opposite corresponding angle will also be 80. So we got W is 80. And then we have Z. Again, we can use the cyclic quadrilateral. You know that the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral are equal to 180. So X plus Z plus W. X plus Z plus W is equal to 180. We already have our X, we have our W. The only thing we need to find is Z. So this is 120 plus Z is equal to 180. Z is equal to 180 minus 120, which is 60. For circle theorems, you really need to practice a lot to be able to know quickly which theorems you need to apply where. Write down the theorems, draw the diagrams, write down the theorems daily for a few days. Keep repeating, and it will become easy, inshallah. Part B. In the diagram, K, L, and M lie on the circle center O. KML is 2x, and the reflex angle KOL is 11x. Find the value of x. So this is 2x and this is 11x. You need to know this circle theorem, that the angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So if this angle at the circumference is 2x, the angle at the center is going to be angle KOL is going to be 2 times 2x because it's twice, which is 4x. So now we know that this is 4x. What other thing do you know about the angles? Angle at a point equals 360. So this whole thing equals 360. 11x plus 4x is equal to 360. 11 plus 4 is 15x. Therefore, x is equal to 360 divided by 15, which is 24. So x is equal to 24. In part C, we have been given another circle, and the diagonals of the cyclic quadrilateral ABCD intersect at x. Explain why triangles ADX is similar to triangle BCX. Give a reason for each statement you make. We have 3 marks, so we need to have at least 3 statements. Let's draw the diagram of the 2 triangles. So these are the 2 triangles we are talking about. To solve this, you must know your circle theorems. The one that we will need now is angles in the same segment from a common chord are equal. We have a common chord AB. From AB, which 2 angles are joined to the circumference? B and C. So that's the first one we got. Angle ADX is equal to angle BCX. The reason being angles in the same segment are equal. Then the second one, if you notice correctly, this is also a chord, and from the chord DC you have 2 angles, B and A. Therefore, angle B is equal to angle A. Angle DAX, we are talking about the middle angle here, angle CBX. They are equal because same reason, angle in the same segment are equal. We already found 2 angles. If 2 angles are equal, the third angle is going to be the same. But we can also say angle X, or we will just write a little bit more. Angle DXA is equal to angle BX, CXB. Vertically opposite angles are equal. I hope you have understood this well. Now in the second part, we have been given the measurements. AD is 10, BC is 8, BX is 5, CX is 7. And now we have to find dx. So you need to know your similar triangles. First, draw them. Draw the two triangles with the corresponding angles. From the previous part, we know that angle D is equal to angle C, angle A is equal to angle B, and x is equal to x. These are the measurements given to us, and this is the line we have to find. So we can write x over 10 is equal to, write the corresponding. What is the corresponding of x? 7. And what is the corresponding side for DA? CB, 8. The 10 shift to the other side. It's a divide, so that will be a multiply. This will give us 8.75. So that is our answer. Now in part B, we have to calculate angle BXC. This is the angle we are looking to find. If three sides are given and we want to find the angle, we use the cosine rule. This is the rule. If you want to find angle A, the corresponding side to it, the opposite side to it, will be after the negative. B and C can be anything. So we want to find cos x. What is the side opposite it? 8. The other two sides we'll write here. 7 square plus 5 square minus 8 square over 2 times 7 times 5. This will give us 1 over 7. For finding the angle, we have to shift the cos to the other side and write it as cos inverse. And we will get 81.786. You can round it to one decimal, 81.8 degrees. So that's how you solve this. Question number 9. This is a mensuration question. And it's a 6-mark question. So we will have to work quite a bit here. We have been given a prism with a rectangular base ABEF. The cross section ABCD is a trapezium with AD is equal to BC. So they are the same. And the other things that are given is AB is 8, GH is 5, and BF is 12 centimeter. The angle ABC is 70 degrees. Calculate the total surface area of the prism. We have been given a prism with a rectangular base ABFE. The cross section ABCD is a trapezium with AD equals BC. And AB is 8, GH is 5, BF is 12. The angle ABC is equal to 70 degrees. We have to find the total surface area of the prism. The first thing you need to know is how many faces does this prism have. If you count, you will see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. 2 on the top and 2 on the sides and the 2 trapeziums. Total 6 faces. Write down here, the first area will be the base area, which is ABEF. The second is the top area, which is CGDH. And the third, two areas, we have trapezium, the two trapeziums, ABCD and EFGH. The fourth area we have to find is of the two sides. These two sides, rectangular sides, which is CBFG and and ADEH, ADHE. So these are the four areas we need to find. Let's look at the base area. It's a rectangle, so the base area is going to be length times width. Length is 12 and width is 8. So 12 times 8, 96 square centimeter. That was an easy one. The second area is the top area. That is also length times width. It's a rectangle. The length is 12, as CG is equal to BF because they are part of a rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So 12 times 5 is 60 square centimeter. The third area is the trapezium area. For the trapezium, I hope you know the formula. It is half A plus B height. H is height. A and B are your two parallel sides. We do not have the height, so we will have to find the height. Let's see how we will get the height. This is 5 centimeter. So this is also 5 centimeter, and 8 minus 5, this is 3 centimeter. We know that AD is equal to BC. Therefore, even this side will equal to BC because this is a parallelogram, so AD is equal to this side here. That means that this angle here is 70 degrees. It's an isosceles triangle. Whenever you draw a perpendicular bisector to an isosceles triangle, like this, it will be divided into two equal parts and you will have a right angle triangle. This side was 3 centimeter. Because we are cutting it into half, now that side is going to be 1.5. You will have to use trigonometry to find the side here. Let's keep it as x. So you have opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent means you have to use 10. So 1070 is equal to opposite, which is x, adjacent, which is 1.5. In the calculator, write 1070 multiply by 1.5. Remember, 1070 is separate and 1.5 is separate. You will get 4.12. That is your height. So to find the area of the trapezium, we have two areas, right? So whatever answer we have, we will multiply it by 2. It will be half. The A and B are the parallel side, 5 plus 18. Multiply by the height, which is 4.12. And this answer you have to multiply by 2 because we have two trapeziums. We will get 53.56 square centimeter. For the ones who understand, you could have seen that this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So only if you put even this part in the calculator, you will get this answer. Now what have we finished? We got one area, 2, 4 areas. Now the other one remaining is the sides. For that, we need to find CB. We do not have that. And that can be found by, this is our CB, by again using trigonometry, or you can use now, we found this is 4.12, or using the Pythagoras theorem, whichever way you want, you can use it. I'm going to use cos to find it. I have opposite over hypotenuse. So cos 70 is equal to adjacent, not opposite, adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 1.5 and hypotenuse is BC. Cross multiply. Sorry about that. We will get 4.385. So we can round it to 4.39. Now the fourth one is length times width. We found that BC is 4.39 and the length is 12. So 4.39 multiplied by 12. But there are two faces, so we multiply it by 2. This will give us 105.36 square centimeter. Therefore, total area is going to be, we add up all that we found, 96 plus 60 plus 53.56 plus 105.36, 314.92. So this was a long question, worth the 6 marks. The perpendicular from G onto EF meets EF at X. Let's just draw it. So this is our X, and we have to find that EX is equal to 6.5. We already used this side of the triangle. We know that when we drew the perpendicular line, this was 1.5. So this is 1.5 from the previous question. Therefore, 8 minus 1.5 will give us 6.5. This whole line EF is 8. Out of that, this part is 1.5. So 8 minus 1.5 will give us EX. The next one we have to calculate AX. So let's join AX. Remember one very important point. When you have a prism, the down corners, they are always 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. And this side is equal to this side. This is 12. A is 12 centimeter. EX you already found is 6.5 centimeter. So if it was a right angle triangle, this is going to be 12 centimeter and 6.5. The angle opposite it is, the side opposite the right angle is what we are finding. So we have to use the Pythagoras theorem, which is a square plus b square is equal to c square. C is our hypotenuse. So if you want to find the hypotenuse, this is how we write the other two sides. 12 square plus 6.5 square, that will give us 13.64. You can round it to 1 centimeter, 13.6 centimeter. Part 3, calculate the angle between the diagonal AG. Where is AG? Here, AG and the base ABFE. I've just drawn here. This is the diagonal AG. This is the base ABEF. From the previous question we solved in question number A, we found the height, right? We found this height here. That is GX. That was 4.12. Then we found AX, which is 13.6. Now, which angle are we looking at? This is the angle we want to find. And this is the right angle triangle. You have the opposite and you have the adjacent. Whenever you have opposite and adjacent, what do we use? We use tan. So tan A is equal to 4.12 over 13.6. Therefore, A is equal to tan inverse 4.12 over 13.6. That will give us that angle A is equal to 16.85. You can round it to 1 decimal, 16.9. The difficult part here was only identifying what angle you have to find and what are the sides and which triangle. Always draw a diagram so that you understand it clearly. Question number 10 is a function question. If you want to learn more about functions, you can go through the videos that I have made on explaining functions and solving past paper questions. Now part A, find the value of f of 3. It means in the function f of x, wherever there is x, we are going to replace it with 3. So it is x squared. Now it will become 3 squared plus 1, 10. Then g of f of 3. So in g of f of 3, you write the function g and then replace the x with your f function, which is x squared plus 1. Do you understand? This x, replace it with x squared plus 1. And then wherever there is x, just substitute 3 in it. And we'll get the answer, negative 19. To find g of g, the inverse of g, let's write down g of x is equal to 1 minus 2x. G of x means y is equal to 1 minus 2x. Our main aim is to make x the subject. Always remember x should be positive. It's negative, so I'm going to shift it to the left hand side. And this y on the right hand side. The signs will change. Sorry, this is x. And then divide everything by 2. Now in place of x, we write g inverse x. In place of y, this y here, we substitute it with an x. 1 minus x over 2. Next, we have find x when h of x is equal to 2. So h of x is equal to 1 over x. But now they said it is equal to 2. So we have to cross multiply. The 2 will go up, down, and the x will go up. So the answer is x is equal to half. A very easy question. In part D, we have find g of x multiplied by g of x minus g of x. So the first thing we need is the g of x, which is 1 minus 2x. The first part is 1 minus 2x multiplied by 1 minus 2x minus g of x. In the second part of the equation, we have to write g of x, but in place of x, we are going to again write g of x. And remember, there's a minus, so you have to put the whole thing in a bracket. Now we will expand it. This is basically a minus b square, 1 minus 2x and 1 minus 2x. If you know your identity, it becomes very easy to expand the bracket. Our a is 1 and b is 2x. That's it. So we'll get 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. If you don't know how to expand this way, you can do the normal expansion. 1 multiplied by 1, 1 multiplied by negative 2x, then negative 2x multiplied by 1, and negative 2x multiplied by negative 2x. When you simplify, this is the answer you're going to get. 1 minus 2, negative 2 multiplied by 1 will give us negative 2, and negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 will give us positive 4x. 1 minus 2 is negative 1 plus 4x. Now when we expand the bracket, always think of this, if there's no number, there's a 1 there. So negative 1 multiplied by negative 1 will give us positive 1, and negative 1 multiplied by 4x will give us negative 4x. When we simplify this, we add the like terms. So first is 4x squared, and negative 4x and negative 4x will give us negative 8x, and 1 plus 1 is 2. This is our final answer. In part E, we want find h of x, giving your answer in its simplest form. So h of x will be, we have 1 over x. In place of this x, we are going to write 1 over x because that is our h. This means it is 1 divided by 1 over x. Whenever you have over, like this part here, 1 over x can also be written as 1 divided by x. If there's a divide and I want to change it into multiply, I have to multiply by the reciprocal of what is on the right hand side. So the reciprocal of x over 1 is 1 over x is x over 1. This will give us 1 multiplied by x is x, and the 1 in the denominator doesn't matter. I hope you have understood it. Find j of 5. So in place of x, we are going to substitute 5. That will give us 3125. Next, find x when j of inverse x is equal to 2. In G, we have to find x when j inverse x is equal to 2. Whenever we want to find the inverse, we replace the x with y, we substitute it. Our j of x is, like it's y is equal to 5 to the power of x. The inverse is equal to 2. So if we want to find this, instead of going through a lot of details, just remember, whatever answer you get here equal to is, just replace your x with that. So this will be y is equal to 5 to the power of 2. That will give you 25. Next, g of x is equal to h of g of negative 12. So first let's find h of g of negative 12. Start with h. What is our h? It is 1 over x. In place of this x, we are going to substitute g of x, which is 1 minus 2x. And then in place of x, we are going to substitute negative 12. This will give us h of g of negative 12, which is equal to 1 over 25. So g of x is equal to 1 over 25. G of x is 5 to the power of x. 1 over 25 can be written as a power of 5, 5 to the power of 2. When we bring this up, just a second, 5 to the power of x is equal to 5 to the power of 2. When we bring this up, the sign changes. It's going to be negative to the power. If the base is same, they get cancelled. So what is x equal to? X is equal to negative 2. That's the answer. Question number 11 is a sequence question. In C, we have a fraction. Whenever you have a fraction, look at the numerators first and the denominator afterwards. When you're looking at the numerator, what are you getting? 7, then 8, 9, 10. So every time you're adding 1. So 10 plus 1, 11. And let's look at the denominator now. How do we get the next term? 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2, 32. 32 times, so we are every time timing the denominator, multiplying the denominator by 2. So 64 multiplied by 2, 128. Now the top is a arithmetic sequence, the down is a geometric sequence. The arithmetic sequence I showed you is A,
plus n minus 1t. Our a is 7 and the difference is 1. Every time to get to the next term, we add 1. So what will we have? 7 plus n minus 1. So n, 7 minus 1 is 6. That's for the numerator. Now for the denominator, when you multiply or divide to get the next term, we use the formula a multiplied by r, n minus 1. A is the first term, so our first term is 8. And r is your ratio. Ratio is the second term divided by the first term. So we have 16 divided by 8. We got r as 2. So multiply by 2 n minus 1. But we can still simplify it. 8 can be written as 2 to the power of 3. One rule of indices is that if the base is same, you can add the powers. So we can write 2, 3 plus n minus 1. This will give us 2, 3, I'll write the n first, and 3 minus 1 is plus 2. So n plus 2. This is what we will write in the denominator. I hope you understand the arithmetic sequence and the geometric sequence. Now part B. One term in sequence C in this sequence is P over Q. Write down the next term in sequence C in terms of P and Q. This is a very easy 2 marks if you understand. Every time whatever your sequence is there, you're adding 1 to it, right? So the numerator will be P plus 1. And in the denominator, what are you doing? Every time you multiply by 2. So 2 multiplied by Q will be 2Q. That's the answer. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope I have been able to help you. If yes, kindly like the video, share it with your friends, and if you need any help with any particular exam paper, do mention in the comment section. Thank you for watching.